Welcome back to the CELPIP English Practice Podcast. I'm so happy you're here again. If you're new, this is the place where we practice real CELPIP speaking questions together and get better one step at a time. Today we're working on Part 2 of the CELPIP speaking test. This part is about talking about a personal experience. You get 1 minute to prepare and 1 minute to speak. The goal is to tell a little story about yourself with a beginning, middle, and end, and to share how you felt. Let's warm up with a question you might get on test day. Talk about a time you went into nature. Where did you go? What did you do? And why was it special? Here's one way to answer. Last summer I went hiking with 3 friends at a park near my city. We started early in the morning and packed sandwiches, fruit, and water. The trail was beautiful with tall green trees and the sound of birds. Halfway through, we got a little lost and had to check the map on my phone, but we laughed about it and kept going. When we reached the viewpoint, we could see the whole valley and even a small waterfall in the distance. We had a picnic, took pictures, and just sat quietly enjoying the view. I felt peaceful and proud that we made it, even though we had a little adventure on the way. You could also answer in a different way. Maybe you went camping with family, or had a picnic with friends. You could talk about seeing a wild animal, swimming in a lake, or roasting marshmallows at night. The important thing is to make your story clear and add some feelings, like excited, nervous, calm, or proud. Here's another question you might get. Describe something that was difficult at first, but became easier with time. Here's one answer. Learning to drive was really hard for me at first. I felt nervous and made a lot of mistakes. My instructor told me to relax and practice every weekend. After a few weeks, I started to feel more confident. Eventually, I passed the driving test, and now I even enjoy driving. I felt proud because I didn't give up. Here's a second answer you could use. When I first started cooking, I often burned the food and made a big mess in the kitchen. I watched online videos and tried again every evening. Slowly I got better and started enjoying the process. Now cooking is one of my favorite hobbies, and I love inviting friends over to try my recipes. Both of these answers follow the same pattern. Start with why it was hard, explain what you did to improve, and finish with a positive result. Let's try another one. Describe a time you donated something. Here's a good example. Last year I cleaned my closet and found many clothes I hadn't worn in years. I washed and folded them and packed them in boxes. Then I took them to a local charity. The volunteers smiled and thanked me. They said the clothes would go to families who needed them. I felt happy because something small for me could make a big difference for someone else. You can use this kind of story for many different questions. You can even change it a little and use it for a question about helping a friend or helping in your community. Here's one more question to practice. Talk about a time you celebrated a birthday or a holiday in a special way. Here's one way to answer. 2 years ago, I planned a surprise birthday party for my best friend. I invited 10 friends and told her we were just going for dinner. When she arrived, everyone shouted surprise and she almost cried. We had balloons, music, cake, and even a short video with old photos. She told me it was the best birthday she ever had. I felt happy and proud that I could make her day so special. Remember, you can prepare 1 or 2 personal stories and reuse them for many questions. For example, you can use the hiking story for questions about nature spending time with friends, or a time you felt relaxed. You can use the donation story for helping questions, kindness questions, or even community involvement questions. Here are a few tips to make your answer longer. Describe the place. Talk about what people said. Explain what you learned from the experience, and add feelings. Use linking words like first, next, after that, finally. These words make your answer sound organized. Try recording yourself and listening back. If your answer is too short, add more details or a small personal example. Practicing out loud will help you sound more natural and confident on test day. That's it for today's practice. In the next episode, we will practice describing a picture, which is part 3 of the CELPIP speaking test. Keep practicing, and remember, you can do this.